3 garlics, Kari Peng, weh nak tenan, 150 gram of red chili, a half teaspoon of salt. By the way, have you ever tasted this delicious meal, guys? A half tablespoon of sugar, Nasi Kari or Kari Peng is quite popular among the people in Bagan Siapi-api, especially the Chinese descendants. And don't forget to taste this special meal if one day you visit this legendary city, or else you may taste this recipe at home. 1 kilogram of chicken fillet. This town was originally populated mainly by Chinese immigrants who arrived at the end of 18th and the beginning of 19th century. According to Wikipedia report, initially, 18 Chinese nationals sailed to Bagan Siapi-api around 200 years ago and settled in this town. 1.5 liter of water. They landed there in order to search for a new life and seeking to avoid the economic hardships prevalent in China at the time. 8 garlics, 1 star anise, a 10 cm cinnamon, 4 tablespoons of mushroom black sauce, a half teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar, a half teaspoon of chicken stock powder. And for your information, every year the Chinese community celebrates the anniversary of Bagan Siapi-api on the 16th day of the 5th month of the lunar year. It is what they believe that the initial immigrant group landed at Bagan Siapi-api on that day. Most of the Chinese population are Hokkien and Teochew and mostly communicate using Hokkien language. And furthermore, Bagan Siapi-api was one of the largest fish producers in the world during the late 1980s and early 1990s and got ranking second in the world. In recent years, urbanization has been an issue which most of the youth leave the town after high school to pursue a better life or higher education in larger cities. 10 red onion, 3 candle nuts, 1 centimeter ginger, a 10 centimeter turmeric, 1 teaspoon of coriander, a quarter teaspoon of caraway. The town was developed rapidly around 1900s because of the richness of fish and shrimps from the sea around that area, Strait Malacca. And shallow bird nest industry also has led Bagan Siapi-api into a new era of economic growth involving investment, high activity in building construction and export growth. 1 lemongrass, a 10 cm galangal, 1 star anise, 1 nutmeg. A large part of the catch was shipped to Singapore and Batavia in the form of dried fish and shrimp. 1.5 liter of water. The fishing industry started with the first wave of Chinese immigrants attracted to the area by the availability of abundant fishing. However, the nickname Bagan Siapi-api as a fish town over time is faded. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of curry powder, 3/4 teaspoon of chicken stock powder, a half teaspoon of white pepper. The town's heyday came under the jurisdiction of the Dutch East Indies around 1930, when the fisheries produced 300,000 tons of fish per year. The other top performance, Bagan Siapi-api was also famous as the largest traditional shipyard in Indonesia before independence. 200 milliliters of coconut oil. Later, it is known that natural factors are also causing the fading gradually because the coast around Bagan Siapi-api experienced siltation and narrowed by the sediment of mud breakwater Rokan River. Bagan Siapi-api's made boats are capable of penetrating various types of marine characteristics so that they are also used in Java, Nusa Tenggara, and Maluku. Outside the country, their boats production attracted fishermen in Sri Lanka, India, and even America at the time. And especially in its heyday, the name of Bagan Siapi-api was more famous than Pekanbaru and Riau province. Birds burning, which locally known as Bakar Tongkang, is an annual Bagan Siapi-api people's ritual, especially among the ethnic Chinese who celebrate it every 16th in the 5th month of the Chinese calendar. And this annual event is now heavily promoted by the government as a source of Rokan Hilir tourism calendar. A legendary town with a legendary meal. So what are you waiting for, guys? Wonder to visit Bagan Siapi-api? Or wanna taste Kari Peng? Hopefully both the information and recipe are helpful and useful to you.